welcome back to the Legalpreneur Attorney YouTube channel. I'm Andrea Sayer, CEO and founder of Legalpreneur. This channel is dedicated to helping you always have clients consistently coming to you effortlessly. Once you implement all these ways to always have clients coming to you, you're never going to have to stress about clients. And not saying you have to tackle all 99 at once, but even just hitting one or two a week, it's all about planting seeds. I've talked about this a couple of times, but just remember, you may not see an immediate return if you do one of these methods. However, it's planting seeds. So you plant and the next day nothing's blooming. That's normal. You don't expect something to bloom the next day, but you may need to keep watering the plant or watering the seed, and eventually it's going to bloom. This is something that I've not struggled with, but I've had to remind myself over the years. If we kind of have a dry spell, it's like, oh, I haven't been planting seeds lately, or I haven't been watering them. Then I go back. I call it, for me personally, it's going back to the basics. It's like, okay, I have to go back to the basics of planting the seeds and then watering them. So this week, what we're diving into is number 52, guest blogging. This is so important for so many reasons, and I'm going to give them all to you. But if you have no idea what I'm talking about, make sure you go download the free guide, 99 Ways to Find Your Next Clients. It's a completely free download. The link is there below. Just click it, download it, and you'll have access to all 99 ways. And then this YouTube channel, I just dive into a different one of the 99 to further explain and further help you. So, guest blogging. I did this a lot when I first launched my law firm, and I'm actually starting to do it again. So for just a quick background, I did some guest blogging. I blogged on my own website, and then of course life got in the way. I just didn't blog for a while. And really what took over was our podcast, and that is now on a hiatus, and I have begun blogging again. And we will start the Legalpreneur podcast again eventually, but that's when our team is bigger. Right now, we're just figuring out, okay, where's the biggest ROI for our efforts. And blogging is actually something super simple that I can do and takes literally no time. And it's something that I enjoy at the moment. So that's why we're doing more blogging now. But guest blogging, so you absolutely should blog on your own website. And I've talked about that before. So go listen to that episode. But guest blogging is so important, number one, because you're educating a new audience. So if it's a blog or a website that you obviously don't own, then it's a brand new audience that probably hasn't heard of you. So it's a whole new audience that's getting their eyes on you. And this is incredibly important when it comes to bringing in new clients. So that's number one, is just absolutely having a brand spanking new audience that you're in front of. Now, of course, you're going to get inquiries. You're going to get people that visit your site from that initially, but what it's also going to do is help your SEO. This is search engine optimization. I'm not an SEO expert at all, but I know a little bit. So what helps with SEO, and this is how you're ranking in Google. So if somebody searches a specific term, then the people that are ranking the best with SEO, they're on the first page of Google. And if you're not on the first page, if you're not in the first few links, then nobody's going to find you through Google pretty much. So what happens is, to get your ranking higher, of course, you want to have blog posts, content on your website that is talking about those terms, but backlinks. If you've never heard of backlinks, these are other websites or other places that link to your website. And then the more people that click those links, the higher your website ranks. So if you are nobody, you've never had a backlink, even if you're the only one talking about one particular subject and know the most about it, you still may not rank the highest if there's another website that has talked about it a little bit and they have a higher ranking because of backlinks. So if you've ever looked into SEO, again, I'm not an expert, but it is a long game. And so you have to consistently blog. Number one, you have to consistently be working on getting those backlinks in order to rank higher with SEO. It's all about your Google ranking. Like there's a lot of details with it. And that's not what I know about, but I do know enough to know that guest blogging helps with that because of the backlinks. So number one, it's just brand new eyes. And then number two, it helps your ranking. And it's like some kind of score. I forget. I'm like I said, I'm not an SEO expert. I just know enough to know that you should be guest blogging because there's a number of benefits. Then what I like to do when I guest blog or come on somebody's podcast or something, it's the beginning of a relationship. So if you've watched any of these YouTube videos, you hear me talk about relationships. So as an attorney, especially as a solo attorney, or if you're somebody at a firm who you really need to be bringing in business, you are in the business of relationships because lawyers, we get a lot of word of mouth. We're a big referral based business, no matter what you think. And you just need to be in the business of relationships to create as many relationships as possible and not phantom or blank relationships, empty relationships. Truly figure out how you can serve these people. So I always follow up if I'm on somebody's podcast or if I do a guest blog post, I always follow up like, hey, how else can I serve your audience? Please let me know if there's some way I can support you because they're also like, don't get me wrong, you are actually providing a lot of value as an attorney, providing valuable legal knowledge to their audience. So that is very, very valuable. Don't underestimate that. However, you still want to feed into them, feed into that relationship because building those relationships before you need them, you'll be gold when you actually do need them. So remember all of this marketing stuff, all of this 99 ways stuff, it's all about planting seeds and building relationships because as an attorney, we are in the business of relationships. And I've learned a lot over the past 5 years, and one thing that I know to be true for sure is you want to build these relationships before you absolutely need them. All right, let me know what you think. Have you done any guest blogging? We actually are looking for some guest bloggers for the Legalpreneur blog. So if you are interested, reach out, drop a comment, and we'll see if it's a good fit. All right, I'll see y'all next week.